What's up everybody, my name's Gabby and this is going to be my cooking / baking show. I've yet to come up with a name, so I'm not really sure what to call it. But I've really been getting into baking and cooking recently, and I've been posting a bunch of the things that I've been making on Instagram, and I've had a lot of people ask me about recipes and how to make some of the things that I've been making, and I thought that I would make a video and show you how to make a super simple recipe that's great for the summertime, and since it's the start of strawberry season, I thought this would be a perfect recipe for everyone. Today we're going to be making strawberry refrigerator cake, and I like to call it strawberry poke cake, and you'll see why once we get into the video. But let's just start off, Let me go ahead and tell you all the things that you're going to need to be able to make this super simple recipe. So for starters, you're going to need a mixing bowl. This is a 1 bowl recipe, so it's super convenient and easy to make. You're also going to need a measuring cup and a spatula. You can use a whisk too, but I like to use a spatula because you get to scrape down all of the stuff on the edge of the bowl or on the sides of the bowl. And you're going to need 3 eggs, your preferred cake mix, vegetable oil, and for those who don't speak Southern, vegetable oil is vegetable oil. You're also going to need some baking spray to put on your pan. And I have 2 icings here because I've yet to decide which icing I want to use. I have cream cheese that's artificially flavored because I'm lactose intolerant and I can't actually have actual cream cheese. And then I have strawberry icing. You're also going to need sliced or whole strawberries that are actually already pre-sweetened. And I have mine thawing in a little warm bath over here. You're also going to need a 9x12 cake pan, and you're also going to need a blender, or actually I'm going to be using the nutribullet just because blenders are a pain in the butt. Also, you're going to want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Mine is already done. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So to start off, we're going to be using Pillsbury strawberry cake mix. You can use whichever cake mix you want. You can also use Duncan Hines, just whichever your preferred brand is. We're gonna go ahead and open this up and not spray it everywhere. Actually, should probably use scissors. That actually might be the better route to go. So we're going to go ahead and add the cake mix into the bowl. Now we're going to add 1 cup of water. And then 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. In goes the vegetable oil. Now we're going to add 3 eggs. I wish I was cool enough to do the one-handed crack. Unfortunately, I'm not. Now we're going to mix this up until it's evenly combined. I actually did decide to whip out my whisk because there are some pieces of cake mix that are clumped together that I will need to get out with a whisk rather than the spatula. Now we're going to go ahead and put our cake mix into our pan. And you want to make sure that you spread it evenly so it gets into the corners. Give it a little shake so it just fills in everything evenly. So we're going to go ahead and pop this in the oven for about 34 to 38 minutes, or until you can insert a toothpick into the cake and you pull it out and it comes out clean. So while our cake's baking, we're going to make the strawberry puree. So while the cake's baking in the oven, we're going to make our strawberry puree. So I've got 2 cups, not actual cups, 2 containers of sliced strawberries that have been thawed. And they are also pre-sweetened. We actually don't need both containers. You just need 2.5 cups or 20 ounces of these sliced strawberries. Well, that was a little messy. It's okay, we're not aiming for perfection on this little cooking show. So it looks like we have a little bit more of the max fill line, so I'll go ahead and put all of the 2.5 cups in there. And we're gonna pulse this until it's a more liquid consistency. These are still, they're not whole strawberries, they're sliced, but we want it to be a puree texture. Also, if you're wearing headphones, this is fixing to get real loud. It didn't take long at all, so it almost looks like a smoothie. That's the texture we're going for. So I'm just gonna put the lid on. I'm gonna set this to the side while our cake is continuing to bake. We have about 23 minutes left on that. So now that we've let our cake sit and cool, it's been about half an hour. So now we're gonna take the end of a wooden spoon and we're going to poke holes on the top of the cake. That is where we're going to be pouring in our strawberry puree mix. So once you get those holes poked in, we're going to take our strawberry puree mix and we're going to spoon it evenly, slowly across the top of the cake so it soaks into the holes. I actually feel like we might need a couple more holes, so I'm going to poke one more right here. Right here, maybe right here, here. Just want to make sure we're getting a lot of this amazing strawberry puree in there. And I did a little taste test behind the camera and I decided to go with the Pillsbury cream cheese frosting. So I'm just going to start with a little bit of this frosting and start flattening it out. It's gonna get a little tricky because this, the strawberry puree mix is obviously very liquidy, so it's gonna be hard to spread some icing around. But just be patient and go at it very carefully. Also, don't be concerned. I did wash my hands many times during the baking of this cake, so worry not about my fingers touching the icing. So our cake is all iced, and as you can see, the strawberry puree does mix with the icing, but I might have taste tested it when I was washing off the spatula, and let me just say it is definitely not a bad thing that they mixed. So we're gonna put the cake off to the side because now we need to slice some strawberries for garnishing. We're just going to chop off the tops of these strawberries. I already washed them. We're going to cut off the tops and then we're going to make slices. So as you can see, we've got some thin slices here, and I'm just going to do that to the rest of the strawberries, and then I'll show you when we are ready to add them onto the cake. So I got all of the strawberries cut and it's time to top our cake with them. So here's the final strawberry poke cake. That's what I call it. The technical term is strawberry refrigerator cake. But now here's the hard part. You gotta let it sit in the fridge for at least 4 hours so it gets completely cold, because that's when it's gonna taste the best, and the icing is gonna completely cool and it won't be as runny anymore. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to see any more recipes done by me, please comment below some requests. I'm down to cook whatever you ask me to. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my username will be in the description box below. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.